Have you ever looked at your life or at the world around you and thought, I know I'm here for a reason, but what is it? And why on earth did I choose to be here now? If you've been feeling overwhelmed, behind, off course, or simply exhausted by everything happening around you, Metatron has a very different perspective this week. You didn't arrive at this moment by accident. In fact, according to Metatron, you knew this lifetime would be difficult, and you chose it anyway. Not because you wanted to suffer, but because you recognized the extraordinary opportunity it offered your soul. And this week, he wants to remind you what you came here to do and how to keep moving forward without letting the chaos derail you. Here's what Metatron wants you to remember. Roll over and relax. Set aside time for some deep breathing, grounding, and centering yourself. Do not allow the chaos and conflama present in your world to derail your spiritual journey. Your most important priority in this lifetime is your spiritual journey of expansion. That is the entire reason that you came. Why else would you want to be present in the world during such extremely challenging times? You could have chosen to skip this era of Earth history and have a far easier life experience sometime in the future when things have calmed down. But no, you were determined to be here at this time, during the height of the evolutionary expansion of humanity. That is because you understood the opportunity this lifetime presented and were eager for the experience. Oh, you had grand plans, so much you wanted to accomplish. But many of you underestimated exactly how challenging it would be, and now find yourself overwhelmed, wondering what could you have been thinking. We assure you, dear children, you did think it out carefully. You weighed the pros and cons and decided it was worth the risk because you felt up to the challenge. We say this to you now because many have weighed in, crying for relief from the onslaughts of dark energy, distractions, and the sense of overwhelm that sometimes feels as if it will crush you. Yes, you really did know that's what this life would involve, and you still signed on. It's what you wanted. So should you find yourself in the position of asking, why is this happening to me? When will it end? We simply want to remind you why you're here and encourage you to reflect upon what you wanted to accomplish, how you might do that in the midst of the storm. There's always a way, and we are always here to help you. Sometimes the way might look like navigating through jagged rocks and treacherous landscapes. In those times, we encourage you to slow down. Take your time. Move deliberately and carefully with the help of your divine team. There's no rush. You have eternity. Whatever you do not accomplish in this lifetime can be picked up in a future incarnation. The truth is, you were never going to get it all done. You had an ambitious agenda, and there's nothing wrong with that. Accomplish as much as you can in the time that you have, and that will be enough. For those who are beating themselves up because they have not accomplished as much as they think they ought at this point in their life, let it go. Relax. Allow your life to unfold in divine timing. Choose wisely and carefully where you place your focus and attention so that you're able to address your highest priorities. The rest will wait until there's time and you are ready. Too often, you beat yourself up, speak unkindly, excoriating yourself for not being more or better. You would not speak that way to a loved one. So we ask, why would you speak that way to yourself? Your precious, remarkable, audacious self. Remember, you are always listening, and it can be incredibly damaging and disruptive of your soul journey when you treat yourself thus. We highly encourage you to treat yourself with kindness and love, the way you would someone that you love, appreciate, and respect. You deserve the same from yourself. So this week, we hope you will pause for regrounding, recentering, deep breathing, and self-appreciation. It is a vitally important part of your experience, learning to love and appreciate yourself, just as your Creator loves and appreciates you. And if Creator says you're perfect, magnificent, resplendent, and beautiful, who are you to argue? Trust, believe, and receive all the love and support coming to you constantly from your divine team, who were personally assigned to you by Creator for that very purpose. Now, are you getting an inkling of the bigger picture? Creator sets you up for success. All you need to do is lean into it, flow through, allow the blessings, practice gratitude regularly for yourself and the incredible life you're creating. Take action when you feel inspired. That is a vitally important component, for action keeps the energy moving in a positive direction. Without action, the energy stagnates, attracting unfortunate circumstances into your life. So it's always in your best interest to follow that inspired thought as soon as possible to keep the energy flowing and the manifestations unfolding. My darling child, there are an abundance of wonderful opportunities available to you right now. Slow down. Watch for them. Your team will send you signals, symbols, and all manner of clues to help you find them. So be on the lookout. And then take swift action the moment you notice. Your formula for a successful life could not be simpler, but it requires you to take the inspired action. Now, moving on from our sermon today, let us discuss more of what this week has in store for you. It is a week chock full of powerful cosmic shifts, from Lionsgate to the eclipse. How you maneuver through them is entirely up to you, but we highly recommend you ask for assistance. Even though you have been through such energetic shifts before, you may find this one is magnified many times over. A bird of a different feather, you might say. Not one to be trivialized, but to be conscious through as you make the most empowered choices each step of the way. With such powerful energy comes even more satisfying and worthwhile results. So don't hold back. Give it your all. Go for the gusto and all that this life has to offer. Avail yourself of the opportunities when they are presented. You will not regret it. And while you're navigating these powerful energies, be mindful of the dark forces, manufacturing crises and distractions to disrupt your flow. Hold on to your perspective of the higher purpose for which you have come. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by their manipulations and illusions. That path leads to great sorrow. Anytime you feel yourself wobbling as if you might fall, reach out for your team who will stabilize you and help you find your way out of the momentary darkness back into the light. For you are so incredibly blessed with a vast team whose only purpose for existing is to support you. Think about that for a moment if you haven't already. How profound that Creator sets you up for success by assigning you a vast divine team whose only purpose for being is supporting you. There could be no greater proof of the high esteem in which your Creator holds you. As you make your way through this complex week of challenges, we encourage you to reassess your direction and progress. Does it feel aligned with your purposeful path? If not, Consider where you need to make changes to come into alignment. It is wise to regularly check in with yourself to ensure that you are still in alignment. If you are not, you will feel it. Look for the energy leaks where you have shifted out of alignment so that you might make corrections sooner and return to alignment sooner. A big clue that you're not in alignment is when life feels more challenging. Every direction you turn is blocked. Frustration grows. Dissatisfaction grows. Second guessing yourself grows. If you're mired in that energy, then it would behoove you to pause and do that reflection we've been talking about, looking for the energy leak and determining how you might resolve it. With our help, of course, always. This week will be filled with ebbs and flows. It might feel jarring as you abruptly shift from one to the other, but you, dear lightworkers, have diligently been applying yourself and strengthening your sea legs so that you might weather such a challenge and remain standing. Have faith in yourself that you are up to the challenge, because you most certainly are. No need to backtrack. Just keep moving forward. Notice the lessons you learn along the way, for they are plentiful and designed to help raise your vibrational frequency each time you successfully navigate through. It is significant that this is numerologically a 9-week, which signifies completions. Completions happen before new beginnings. Surrounded as it is by Lionsgate and eclipse energy, that power is magnified. So consider what in your life is waiting for completion. Move in that direction, checking more items off your list as you go, allowing yourself the deep satisfaction that completion brings. It is a perfect week for wrapping up loose ends, tidying up, and preparing to move forward into a new cycle. Things are happening fast in your world right now, and that is by design. The energies are accelerating, moving you rapidly towards the crescendo of completing the lead up to earthtopia. A perfect time for reflection on where you've been and setting goals for where you're going. Purposefully creating your life one day at a time. Going with the flow, being flexible, and shifting to best navigate. This week may feel as if the entire planet is collectively holding its breath to see what comes next. A feeling of suspense for some who are not predisposed to believe in a positive future. They may feel dread at what horrible thing will befall them next. But you, dear lightworker, you know better. You understand focusing on what you desire as the outcome is the way to ensure that outcome. It is a week to be alert, ready to move quickly, holding on to your loved ones so that you might all move to safety together. And when you pause for contemplative time, picture yourself seated on a magical flying carpet, gliding through your days with ease and joy, noticing the possibilities, allowing them to inspire and encourage. The wisest choice you can make this week is to focus on the here and now, doing what you've been inspired to do. Meet this week in peace and love, feeling the exquisite joy and bliss of being aligned with your purpose. All my love, Metatron. Friends, there is something wonderfully reassuring about remembering that we don't have to get everything done. We don't have to have all the answers. We don't even have to see the whole road ahead. We simply need to come back into alignment, listen for the next inspired step, and take it. So the question to carry with you this week is, what feels aligned for me now? Not what should I be doing? Not what everybody else thinks I ought to be doing, but what is my divine team quietly nudging me towards? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What part of Metatron's message felt like it was meant especially for you this week? And if today's message has you wondering what it actually looks and feels like to live in alignment with your soul purpose, watch Flowing into Your Soul Aligned Life next. Thank you for watching. This is Debbra Lupien, voice of the Akashic Records, sending you divine love light to illuminate your path, steady your steps, and remind you that you are never walking alone. Namaste.